right, we're on. I want to welcome you to Shelters by Jesus podcast again. I'm Pastor Richard Berry. I'm the senior pastor, and I'm so excited that you're following our podcast. And so many of you have commented. Just remember, go on there and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit like if you haven't done that. Whether you like me or not, hit like because we get money for the shelter. That's how we do it. So if you want information, you go to sheltersbyjesus.com. And we've got 4 books out. They're written by me. If you're interested in those, give us your name and address or call the office at 207-474-8833. And we also do tours. And we'd love to give you tours. You can call the office for that. Set it up. Come meet the people. Today we're doing a kind of a series, if you will, of small churches and small church ministries. I've been mentioning that I've seen the small churches overcome and do more than the big churches do for the hurting. It's a sad commentary, but Paul, as I mentioned in my last podcast with South Wyndham, Paul said the Corinthian church had all the money in the world and he had to almost kick it out of them, pull it out of them. Then the little Macedonian churches had nothing and they begged him to give. And now we're in one of those churches today. I was at South Wyndham. I told you I got another one coming up. We have one right now. I am in North Monmouth, Maine. If you don't know where that is, don't worry. Nobody else does either. At South Wyndham was a blink. This is a half a blink. So, but we are so excited because this is one of our supporting churches. And I want, he's trying to hide. I need Pastor to come up here. So Pastor, this is Pastor Spencer. And he is a senior pastor here at North Monmouth Community Church in North Monmouth, Maine. He also is a board member of my church in Shelter now. So, Pastor Ed, would you give us a quick idea of how you wound up where you are and hooking up with us, and also give an idea what we're looking at right here?
Would be glad to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you're so generous, Pastor Ed.
Thank you, Pastor Berry. So, it was... how I got involved with Shelters by Jesus was your brother John.
It's his fault.
Yes. It's Marilyn's fault that I'm here 30 years ago,
there
and
you
now
go.
it's his fault. But no, John, his brother John is a coach, and I was coaching at a high school at the time, Monmouth Academy, and coaches meet before a game. They usually meet at half court and just kind of talk. And so John says to me, because he knew I was pastoring a church, John says to me, my brother pastors a church in Skowhegan.
And I'm surprised he admitted it in public, too.
And he said, he's selling books to help the shelter.
Yeah.
So I said, sure, they were $10 a piece. And so John kind of shared with me a vision, and I said, that's fine. I said, I'll buy 10 books. I'll send him $100, and of course that'll probably take care of their budget for the year.
Yeah.
Because we're so generous, and you needed that $100.
Plus, we have 2 prices.
Yes.
You chose the $10 one.
We chose the $10 one.
We had the $10 free, but you took the $10 one. So, Mr. Generosity right here, baby. You brought it, man. You were bringing it.
And my treasurer's here today, and she will attest to that. But anyway, But one of the things when I talked to you was, you said, I really want to come to your church. And my mind was kind of like, okay, I just kind of want to buy 10 books and why do this? So you came up, and the rest is history. As I say, we fell in love with you, fell in love with the ministry. You asked me to be on the board. I've sit on the board now. And the blessing has come too in the food bank. That's why you see all these people here today, because they're always shopping, thinking of what can we bring Skowhegan? What can we take to those people?
That is so awesome.
And so we're in neck deep at this point.
Amen.
And again, our treasurer Trudy's here, and there's never been a time I haven't gone to Trudy and say, hey, they need money for this or that. And Trudy has been very generous and let that happen. So
Amen.
We are thrilled to be partnering with you.
What is the membership of
the church here? Probably on a good Sunday, 50 to 60.
Okay.
And since COVID, and then we usually get 20 to 30 on Zoom. So we're probably close to 100 with everybody, and everyone supports Shelters by Jesus. We love you, love the ministry, and we also work with what you need, folks. We also work with a sister home that you have in Lewiston that was
Yes.
started because of your books.
Shelters by Jesus.
Shelters
LA.
by Jesus Men's Christian Home, L.A.
Yes. Yes.
And
which is
so
cool.
between the two of them, we just love being with you. But
yeah.
and all these people here take care of the
And-
food bank. Some of them are clients. Some of them bring clients.
Yeah, and why I wanted you to see how many people, because that's the thing I've been trying to get across is you don't need a mega church
Right.
to serve the hurting.
Amen.
You do what you can do. Some churches put up a little bag lunch,
Right.
pass them out. Others, now you go to the Good Shepherd and buy stuff and bring it
Correct.
in too, right?
Correct.
So anyway, in your group, you don't have 10,000 people to choose from.
Nope.
So what you have here is a small church with a big heart, just like we talked about in the South Wyndham. This is they're like twins to them. And what I'd like to have you do, Ed, Pastor Ed, is to introduce some of these people, and then after you introduce them, I'm going to ask a couple of them why they want to be involved in this.
Well, sure, would love to. So the people that work in the food bank, this is Ray and Mary Lou. Thank you, Angie. Glad you made it. This is Ray and Mary Lou. They're part of our food bank crew. They're part of that Good Shepherd crew that when we get food back, you folks are here today, right, and we get unload. They're here. Mary Lou also works the food bank when we get food to clients. That's Susan Demers. Sweet Susan has been a member of the church for a long time. Susan is a client. She can tell you her and her husband. And Susan comes with sweet Lucy, who couldn't be here because Lucy's sick.
Okay.
Cammy, way back there, wave Cammy. That's Cammy. She helps us.
She looks like Cammy.
Yes.
That looks just like her.
She's a state champion field hockey player, by the way, for Winthrop High School.
A woman with a stick is a scary thing, buddy. I'll tell you
Amen.
one thing right now.
Next to her is Becca. Becca helps with our distributing food and with the food bank.
Okay.
Next, that's Trudy, who is our treasurer and the one that controls all the money.
Aha! That's the woman I want to get to know.
I will tell you this: if a penny comes in, she knows where it is.
I got one of those.
She knows where it goes too. Al Hitt, what do you do again? Do you do anything?
I
No.
just hang around.
Al is our driver for Good Shepherd. Al
Cool.
goes and gets the loads
Cool.
once or twice a week. That's his wife Helen, who also helps with the food bank, helps the loads. Behind there, Dr. Sasseville, if you could wave. Dr. Sasseville was kind of interesting having her here. Dr. Sasseville is going to be talking with you afterwards. Her heart is to start a kids shelter.
Oh.
And it's been laid on her heart, God. So she is going to be talking with you. Dr. Sasseville, we got a Hickanese translator, so we'll be able to
You're going
understand
to need
him
that if you're
afterwards.
talking name.
That's Russ. Russ is our singer, songwriter,
Aha.
entertainer.
Yeah.
Russ is part of the crew. That's Mr. Dudley Richard, part of our food bank crew. And that, of course, is sweet Mimi. You all know Marilyn. Marilyn has been part of the crew for a long time. And then we'll start back here. This
Good.
is Vanessa. That's Cammy's mom. Vanessa helps with the food bank and is also we've been able to help her with food. She's got
Cool.
4 kids and a husband, so
Oh, awesome.
that works. Angela helps with the food bank, is also a client. Angela is a precious lady. She's part of our church here.
Awesome.
She's got 2 teenagers at home, 2 young boys,
Whoa.
or 3 teenagers at home.
2
right now. 45 dogs, 55 chickens, 5 goats,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
a pot-bellied pig.
In a pear tree. There you go.
So no food goes to waste because it all goes to
Absolutely, but Angie's been a big help for us, but also I know we've been able to bless her family. And that's Lloyd, who's got his March for Jesus hat on. Lloyd is part of our food bank crew as well. Did I get everybody?
All right.
Pastor Barry, it's all yours. Sir.
Well, what's exciting is that you guys have a heart for the hurting, and you have a heart for the homeless. And we're here, as you're seeing, there's food all around us here. Maybe we'll get a chance before we leave to go out and show some of the other stuff, but I'm surrounded with food, all right? And it's taking care of a community, and it's out of this little tiny church in the middle of nowhere. So if you're watching this right now, and of course, if I'm saying this to you, of course you're watching it, duh, all right? Because you're watching this right now, I want you to understand you don't need to be this humongous operation to take care of the hurting. Do what you can do with where you're at, all right? Now, I want to know why you guys started doing all of this. What led to all this? What do you think about being involved in this? So I already had one guy said, don't you interview me. He must be related to my wife, because I can't get her on camera at all.
I'll tell you why.
All right, let's go right here.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Pastor needed somebody to take a trailer to Good Shepherd one time.
Okay?
And he said to me, can I interest you? And I said, well, yeah, I guess one or twice, I could do it.
Yeah.
Now it's twice a week. I go to, let's see, Waterville, Skowhegan,
Winslow, Augusta.
Teen Challenge, Augusta, now it's a 5-day thing for him.
Ah.
He doesn't know, he's got to understand I have a life besides.
No, you don't. Obviously, you
But
don't.
you're another one that says, no, you don't.
Yeah, of course you
I
don't.
should have shut my mouth.
But
I'm his wife. He's never home.
he's never home.
Ask
Is that
Pastor.
because you're his wife?
That could
That could be. All right, I'm just checking.
I wouldn't have went there.
See what I'm trying to figure out what I've got here. I'm working with guys. all
I'm
right?
the daughter. I'm their daughter, and you're very well right. It could be because she's.
You're her daughter?
I'm their daughter. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I made you space in the shelter.
Ah, damn! We may have to move you on in. Okay.
She'll take it.
I started doing this because of Mimi Marilyn.
Okay.
She asked me to come and keep her company one night at the food bank.
Yes. And you're still keeping her company. Actually,
Yep.
she's with us now because she's running our sewing class.
And you better be sending her back too.
Yes, you ain't getting her back, man. I got her. Finders keepers, 90% of the law, whatever it is, I keep a woman.
9/10.
That's my woman right there.
I think I get involved because they get involved because our family's professional volunteers.
Professional
We
volunteer.
hear the word volunteer.
What is a professional volunteer?
We hear the word volunteer, our arm goes up like Pavlov's dog.
Okay, so it's like you're like that little puppet that just pulls
Yep.
string.
Well, for me, I have a heart for the homeless because I think anybody who's down and out in their luck needs a handout. Not a handout, a hand up.
Okay, that's
And
the
I think
point.
that's what we give them as a hand up. We help them when they need a little bit of help, and most of them come back and help us.
Right.
Or when they can. And I've always been taught to pay it forward, and I have a few friends that bring in when they can't come during the food bank hours, and they're so grateful and thankful that we can help them with this. It helps their food budget so they can continue to care for their kids and their families and continue to have a
Well,
place
what
to
you
live.
guys do, you mean an awful lot to our ministry, and when people are watching this, they're getting the idea, and I'm trying to get that out of here, what the homeless are. We have 23 children at the shelter that you guys help support.
And
You
that
set
hurts
stuff
my
up.
heart so bad.
It gets mine too. And why do you get involved? What, you're Cam? Kimmy? Kimmy? That's Tammy with a C?
Yeah.
All right, Tammy with a C.
I get involved because I'm homeschooled and I wanted something to do basically, and this is something that touched my heart. So.
Okay.
No
And
crying.
so you're actually making a school project for you out of helping the hurting. That, Seth, I'm impressed. All right, I'm impressed. I love that. That is really, really sweet.
It is.
How old are you?
14.
14.
Cammy.
No.
Now you hear about the teenagers. Here's a 14-year-old. Her heart is right on her sleeve right here. She's tearing up. Talking about, you know what? I love you already. Can I take you home too? I got Marilyn. You can another one. You know, those that hearts are touched like yours. I hope you got a picture of her on there.
Yeah.
Because I want them to see this kid, man. And you're a pretty kid too, by the way. Very, very cute kid. I can't believe that's your grandparents.
No, that's her daughter.
It's my daughter.
Oh, okay. Now I can believe it. I was a little concerned there for a minute. No, I won't go there. My wife killed me, so I'll leave that one alone. Yes.
So for me, I grew up in Virginia, like 20 minutes from Washington, D.C. And we were very poor. And we were often homeless, sleeping in cars or... if we
You've
were
been
lucky-
homeless.
If we were lucky, we had a hotel. And
Wow.
we had big issues of food insecurity. So, I grew up, I moved to Maine, I started raising my family here. and my family dynamic changed. And instead of putting my head in the sand, I was blessed to find this community and to find ways to not only make sure that our home is food secure, but I'm able to take food from here or from my own home and send it out to people who just can't get it. So
Awesome.
and like Pastor said, I have a slew of animals, so nothing in our home goes to waste. Nothing.
Even the
Nothing.
animal don't go to waste, because if you're too hungry, you got an animal.
No.
I've heard cat on a stick is very interesting. You ever had cat on a stick? You look like a cat eater to me for some reason. I don't know why. But. Okay. All right. Who else can I? This lady. I want to pick on her. Your name is
Mary Lou.
Mary. Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Hey, they made a song after you.
Yeah.
You're really something special. Hey, we got a celebrity on camera here. We got Hello, Mary Lou, right on camera. Mary Lou, tell us all about you.
Well, my heart is for the downtrodden. I worked as a secretary for 19 years at an elementary school in a town that was pretty heavily with poverty. And to see those little kids come into the front office to get pretzels or crackers during snack time, it's just so heartbreaking. And so I just gravitated toward wanting to do something to help those people who need to be fed.
Wow, your testimony is the same as a gal on the Cape. Her husband, it's Mrs. Johnson, her husband, Pastor Johnson. They started a backpack ministry. She teaches in a school, and she had homeless, hungry kids in her class. And after I spoke about this, they got together and said, what you're doing? And Tricia, her name is Tricia Johnson, her husband Dave said, she stood up and said, look, I know what we can start. And they are a small church, but they said, well, let's do some backpacks for these kids, start in my room. And they did just a few backpacks, and that stuff like you're doing, it blows up, because now they're doing 28 schools. And they've got people from all over donating, churches involved. But what you're doing, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
And we need Tricia Johnson's, and we need Mary Lou's too, man. God bless you for that. That's what this is all about.
Amen.
It's the love of the homeless. What we're going to do, guys, I'm going to do another one. So I'm going to wrap this one up, because I'm doing smaller sections so that people don't think I'm going on and on and on, even though I am. You know? So I'm going to end this one. We'll call this part one. And you hear me? I'm doing part one. But don't go away. Be watching for our next podcast. But want to end this one. We want to say thank you for watching this particular podcast. We're so excited about the small churches, the small ministries. We're excited about the big churches. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd love to have me come and talk with you, or come and share, if you got something going on, let us know. We're going to call this Have Podcast Will Travel. Because we want to show what's being done, it could be done, or challenge people to do more for the homeless and hungry. Just like Jesus said. He said, go love your neighbor. Be the good Samaritan. Don't walk on the other side of the street. Step across that street. That one is hurting. You've heard some testimonies already. We're going to do a part two in a minute. You're going to hear some more. So if you want to hear more, go to my webpage, sheltersbyjesus.com. Look us up on YouTube and subscribe to it. Like it. If you want my books, Pastor Ed already said he bought 10 and saved our whole world. And you can buy 10 for free if you want to get them. All you got to do is let us know. You can write to us also. We're at 12 McClellan Street in Skowhegan. You can write to us there, or you can call the office at 207-474-8833. And let us know if you want the books. Just mark it on your page here. I would like the books. This is my name. This is my address. I like books 1 through 4 or 1 through whatever. If you got 1 and you want 2 or 3, let us know. We want these in your hands. This is part of ministry. Those books are a part of our ministry too. And we'd be blessed to bring them to you. So thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2, because we're coming back to you. So you all hang on now here.